Hello SourceFed Anime Club, my name is Chris and I will be doing my review on Log Horizon. Now disclaimer beforehand, I was a really big Sword Art Online fan, and then for the longest time I kind of did not want to watch, Log Horizon because I really thought, oh, it's going to be a copy or a ripoff. But to be genuine here, I kind of feel like Log Horizon might be a better anime kind of in my kind of opinion, than Sword Art Online. I mean, you can just see that I have my Kirito cosplay right there, just laying over, because I'm kind of a slob like that, and I have my sword somewhere, but I like Log Horizon and how its story goes, and I can't stress how I want to recommend this to every one of my friends. So instead of, everyone else watching the 2 episodes, I kind of jumped the gun. Let me rephrase that. I've watched up to the latest episode before the SourceFed Log Horizon review came out, and I was like, I kind of immediately just jumped on that. So, excuse me if I'm fanboying all over, this anime because, I generally really like it. For one, I really like its story pace, which is, a very kind of slow pace. At first, it's a slow pace kind of thing, but it ramps up really nicely to its main arc, which I'm not going to spoil for you guys. But just in comparison to Sword Art Online, I'm probably just going to be my only comparison, which is that with Sword Art Online, you kind of just jumping around to place. You don't really get that in between kind of story thing, but just bam, 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 bam. But with Log Horizon, you really have this story progression, which is really nice in this anime, which it makes it just makes being trapped in an alternate reality kind of and just it just puts it in perspective. And for people who don't know what the whole kind of the main plot is, that there's a popular video game that people used to play, well, not used to, but still are playing. It's just that one day reality kind of just switches to where the video game is real. Is next day, one day you're living your normal life, and bam, you wake up in this video game, which is everything is completely real. Another thing I have to say about it, it's characters. I really like the character progression. Well, not progression. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna say progression because it really brings out how each character is supposed to feel and how they have their own kind of quirks and stuff, and it really you can really give a face to each one of them instead of background character, and it's just focused on the main character. Speaking about that, like Shiro, at first he doesn't even seem like an interesting character, where his friend is just over the top, and you kind of drawn to him first, but throughout the whole entire story, if you keep watching on, Shiro, the main character, just keeps adding layers and layers onto him, which makes him a very great, character, and you want to root for him. And like even later on in the series, it's going to be a small spoiler, is that he is considered in a kind of joyful, playful kind of way. He's kind of like the pure evil of goodness. He has great intentions, but he pulls it off in the most cynical kind of way, which gives him a very interesting character perspective, which I like. And also with the fact with like how he even written his character, and not his in-game character, where he's a supportive class mage, where he doesn't really do a lot of fighting himself. He's a strategist, which is one of his selling points in the anime, which they try to push, and it really comes out really great in the later episodes. But also, he doesn't do a lot of damage by himself. He has a lot of ally-based kind of spells, where he excels in being in a group where his where he's not really head-on taking monsters, is where he's in the back line directing his other friends to fight certain people and stuff, which gives you which leads me into the themes of this, where it's not only just where teamwork will prevail, it's where togetherness and friendship, where that tight bond really comes into play, which I really like. As a gamer myself, I feel like that's one thing I strive for in a video game, is just not to play it, but also to make friends and just generally have a great time. And that's what this anime pulls off, where it goes from a dire situation of being trapped in a game to where he builds up a foundation for people to believe in him, and the world that they're in, that they actually start having fun and actually are happy all over again. Which I really like. And they also push this theme of being an adventurer, which, you know, where you can't really back down of anything. You do everything you need to do for the greater cause of good, and for your fellow man, which is a theme that some animes try to push, and it's not really done right. But with Log Horizon, I feel like it's done well and subtly, which I really appreciate about this anime. As my second to last kind of, well, I was going to say bulletin point about this is like, it doesn't really leave you with any cliffhangers, hangers, but I have to say, with some other animes, like I would say like Attack on Titan and what Naruto, yeah, it's like with those animes, with each episode you're left on kind of a unsatisfying kind of end, where they stop in the middle of a fight. You really want to know what happens next, but you have to wait next week or the other week or a month for the next episode to come out, which is kind of unsatisfying for me. But like with Log Horizon, they end in a really nice spot for you to be filled with story and backstory and fighting. It's just one of those things I really enjoy about it, is where I don't feel like I don't need to imagine or guesswork what's the next one just to fill in my time, but you generally know where you end off, and you can't wait to see what's happening around the next episode. And to my last point, I'm gonna say the music is freaking great. With the intro, I find it a pretty good, catchy kind of thing, where it kind of gets you pumped up. But what I'm really saying is like the outro and I was gonna say the serious music that comes on, which is it's just out of this world. Well, just not to run this too long, I'm gonna have to say Log Horizon, great anime, one of my top favorite picks. I highly recommend it to any other person who's looking for good anime, even Sword Art Online anime viewers. Just give it a few episodes. You're generally gonna like it. You're gonna love the transition, and I was one of you guys too. But I didn't say give in, but I gave it a try, and I'm freaking enjoying it. So SourceFed Anime Club, I hope you enjoyed my review, and I'll see you later.